Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace, peace. Welcome back, 2026.
Yes.
To the greatest podcast on the planet, number one father and son podcast on the planet, the Urban X podcast. We're your host. I'm Malcolm. This is the artist formerly known as the Black Dot, here with you guys in the building. What is good, everybody?
In the building, in the flesh. I hope you had an amazing 2026. We here now. We also know the real new year when it starts. But on this Gregorian calendar, which your paycheck needs to reflect that, let's keep it a bean. And with that being said, Malcolm, we're gonna get right to it.
Yeah, let's get to some stuff, man. Let's get to some stuff.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
All right, Trump started off the year hot. All right.
Yes.
He approved an operation for our military to go in and capture the Venezuelan president Maduro. A lot of people, it's crazy. It's crazy. We live in a bizarre world because a lot of the liberals here were upset, calling it crimes, saying the UN needs to step in and stuff like that. And then people, I was watching the reactions of people actually in the country in Venezuela were happy. Some people were crying because people don't realize, like the Americans don't realize here, that dude was not supposed to be the lawful president. He lost the actual election. He got by a landslide, and then he just stayed in office. Like that was some real dictatorship stuff. So you talk about not wanting a dictator in Trump, and then once he gets a dictator out, and I'm not caping for Trump, but once he gets the actual dictator out, he steps in. You have a problem with that. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the elephant in the room, which is that beautiful oil that Venezuela is sitting on. They're sitting on billions of barrels right now, right? They're sitting on bread. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about that. So, with that being said, they had a dictator and they needed some democracy. You know what I mean? They needed saving. You know what I mean?
Thank you. They
needed saving. You know what I mean? And my gas bill needs to decrease here.
Absolutely.
But, it was crazy. The U.S. Those are the Delta forces, right? They don't play that operation. So people, they don't know about Delta Force because that's real secretive. They know about SEAL Team 6, Navy SEALs, because a bunch of them got podcasts and book deals and movie deals. We know about them. Like we saw the movies. We know about them. But Delta is more secretive and a lot more skillful than them, I'm hearing. Right?
Yes.
They got that done in 90 minutes. No casualties. Nobody died. They just went in, got him. They was poking him out of his sleep like, man, get up.
Let's go.
Let's get up out of here. And they got that done. So interesting stuff. a lot of people are scared. They're saying like this is really what's going to cause World War III and stuff like that, because I think China and Russia also had some interest in Venezuela as well.
Yeah.
And again, you could say what you want, but they wasn't trying to get with Venezuela because of somebody said they wasn't interested in our food recipes either. You know what they were there for as well.
Of course.
So, what'd you think about this? I just rambled.
No.
What'd you think?
That was a great opening. I agree with the oil, but it's much deeper than the oil because they had 303 billion gallons, and that's that number 33. Let's throw that out there. And it's a special kind of crude oil that only specific for refinery can, manufacture it. And we set up deals years ago with them to do that, but then they're trying to get off the dollar. So many countries trying to get off the dollar, and so we were more afraid of them cutting deals with Russia and China with the BRICS situation to come off the dollar. If the American dollar falls, Malcolm, we're all in trouble. And so, but the running joke is the only thing keeping it alive is our military, basically, and our ability to go into your country and give you some democracy. Now, there were a lot of people here saying Trump broke the law, the world law by removing a dictator without a constitutional approval. But if memory serves me correct, isn't that what Obama did to Gaddafi? Yeah. And also to bin Laden. Remember him and Gaddafi, they were all sitting there in the room with the Navy SEAL team, and Hillary Clinton and them were all there. And it's funny because that Navy SEAL team, they died, a lot of them later on. You see where I'm going with this, Mal?
Yeah.
And I believe, and see, here's another thing that we got to look at. Energy is about to be premium all around the world because of all of this artificial intelligence. Remember, that shit is going to take multitudes of energy that we've never seen before. And so there's going to be a war for resources, but also energy to run these artificial cities. All of this shit got to run on something. And so as a result of that, we're seeing Trump maybe not jump the gun, but try to reestablish dominance in this Western Hemisphere by taking over the refineries in Venezuela, but also positioning ourselves for those, because they got other resources. They got gold. They got a lot of resources there. Yeah, and as you mentioned, Maduro wasn't the president to begin with. The real president was the one he said, I'm just jacking it. Right?
Or somebody we placed there. Like, you hold us down.
Right.
You hold us down.
You know when we enter in the drug trafficking concept and that Maduro was a part of cartels and all of that, this drug trafficking feeds the world, Malcolm. Let's not be naive. And so that involves London, where this money is being washed and transferred. So when Trump does this, it disrupts more than just the oil industry. And nothing is as what it seems in regards to, all of these moving parts. And remember, the SEAL team, this is the story that's being reported to us. He might have struck a deal with America, talking about Maduro, you know what I'm saying, to get his ass out of there because something else is coming down the pipe. We really don't know. Because that operation was just a little too smooth for me. Now, I respect the Navy SEAL team for being the elite of the elite, but goddamn, like, where was any of the resistance? You know what I'm saying? Malk?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right. And so let's pay close attention to where this goes, because everything we see is always orchestrated. And so this could be the first peg that falls in a series of moves to protect the American dollar, to grab as many resources as you can because of the energy that's going to be needed. By 2030.
And think about think about the PR job that the Trump administration just kind of pulled in front of everybody, because again, you have people who hate Trump here, right, going, that was illegal, you shouldn't have done that, you're a dictator, no kings, right? We had the whole no kings protests and things like that went around the country. And then he removed somebody who was acting as a dictator, acting as a king, and the people there are praising it. Like I saw people like one dude
joyous
like,
in the street. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one dude like woken up at his sleep. His wife woke him up. He started crying and cheering about it. And you know, people here, like, you know what I'm saying? You were able to kind of pull that move off. You know what I mean? That's kind of ill.
And I remember it wasn't that nobody got killed. They killed 53 people. His immediate security, and I think I mentioned another force. It is Delta Force, and so let's pay attention, because if you watch the people are joyous. But if you listen to America propaganda, and since when America is capping for a drug lord, that's crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So listen. The world is too big now to take a hard stance on everything, because everything is kind of connected.
Yeah.
With things. So prime example, we were talking about how AI, energy and stuff like that is going to be at a premium now because of just how much energy, how much water AI just kind of takes up, right? A lot of people talk about ChatGPT, how it's unethical because of the amount of water that it uses, right? But if you are on YouTube right now, if you're scrolling on Instagram, you'd think that does not take, a considerable amount of water and energy to run these apps, to run these things. So if you take a hard stance there, you have to take it across the board. And we talk about that with how BlackRock owns everything and how everything is kind of connected, and you want to take a stance, you're not supporting this, but you're supporting this, but they're owned by the same people. Stuff like you, it's so hard to really take one of those stances. So my advice, 2026 going forward, be like water. You know what I mean? Get like Bruce Lee. Like you have to kind of be shift and changeable, and just kind of understand with the abundance of information out here that things can change. And if you take these hard stances to go viral, to have like one of these hot takes, you're gonna end up with egg on your face the next week, the next month, because of how things just kind of happen like that.
And that's why we try our best here to give you the full story, including our own hypocrisy within it, because we would be hypocrites if we didn't. And exactly. I know that sounds like a double entendre. Exactly. So when we speak about we own nothing and we will be thankful for it, I can't sit here and say you shouldn't have took the money, and we're all taking the money and we all work for the same people. Just we are at the bottom of the barrel. We all work for BlackRock, but they don't know who we are because we way down at the bottom. And we're able to, like you on your job, right? Let's talk about it. You go to work. And so we don't want to, and this is the hard stance about dealing with reality in its totality, right? So we have to, like Malcolm said, be swift and changeable, be like water, and we can't go absolutely to one side, because eventually it's many layers to these stories. And we're just reporting on what we think we know about the Venezuelan situation, right?
Yeah.
So
I saw there was this show, I think, what show was that? Where like I think he's like a federal agent, and he was talking about like the greatest threat to America, and everybody was like Russia, China. He said Venezuela, and then he showed again like how much resources they sit on, and how that's like, you know what I mean. And that episode like aired like years ago, and people started bringing it up now because of its relevancy today with what's going on. But I thought that was interesting.
No, it's very interesting. Very interesting. So, side note, I did not know the author of all of those books in school, McGraw-Hill,
Yeah.
was owned by Ghislaine Maxwell's father.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And so every
Wow.
school around the country was given the same information. This is how mind control and
Wow.
all this works. It is now owned by BlackRock. Okay?
Jesus, man.
But just showing you how deep the rabbit hole goes really depends on what side of the bed you get up on any given day and any rabbit hole you want to go down. If you want to stay on the
Jeez.
surface and you don't want to know these things, which a lot of knuckle draggers, they good. They don't want to, they want to just, but we're in a time now where it's too much information at your disposal for you not to be able to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And so let's keep that in mind. Yep.
All right, let's get to some more stuff.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
So earlier when I was at work, funny enough, Avery sent me a post that Ray J was in the hospital for pneumonia. Now, we were like legit just talking about that also mysterious, illness. Now, it's not mysterious, people come down with it all the time. But when celebrities go down, that's what, like, it feels like that's what they go down with. And the script is there. Ray J for the past 6 months has been bugging out, right?
Yeah.
He just pulled the gun out on his baby mom, his ex-wife on Thanksgiving, talking about the Diddy thing. He's just been kind of all over the place. And now pneumonia. So it could be nothing, and it could be a lot. But I thought that was interesting.
No, I thought it was interesting when I heard it as well because, like they said, rat poisoning can show up on the autopsy as pneumonia, the same characteristics. He also mentioned Diddy was playing with his booty. He mentioned all of that recently, pulling out the gun. It seems like either he knows something is coming down the pipe that's going to heavily involve him, or his world is collapsing on him all at once. See, we don't have no blood on our hands, except, you cook a few chickens or whatever, but we don't have no, we weren't a part of a system that moved pieces on the chessboard that led to murder or sacrifice. We're not on the inside of things that all of them are complicit in, Malcolm.
Yeah.
This is not one or two people. They all know, but I'll ask you, you come from the hood, your people are proud of you, you made it out of the hood, you a celebrity, you live a certain lifestyle, all of that can be, first of all, you don't own it, but that lifestyle that you are renting, right?
Yeah.
Can all be taken away and you got to go back to the hood. That's not a good look. I don't care what you into. You could be a professional basketball player, but I always state money is only going to heighten who you are. So, perfect example. If you don't know how to manage a checkbook of $1,500 a week, how are you expected to manage a checkbook of $15,000 or $150,000 a week? It just doesn't work that way. When you want to know about the unknown, we study what it is that we know. My brother Chills, my brother, he came to school sharpened pencils. He saved money for the book fair. He had a toothbrush in his pocket. He cleaned, we got sneakers the same day. He cleaned his because he knew economically he didn't know when he was gonna get another pair. Me, I ain't got no pencil. I barely got a notebook when I get there. I put these sneakers on, they don't come off. And so to this day, he manages his time, his energy, and his money a certain kind of way, right? I have always been living on, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. And so place that on everybody from the hood. And you hire other people to manage your money, and you use in a system of integrity that they don't have.
Yeah.
Because money will make people do some strange things. And so
It's just... No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, it's just like really wild that in my lifetime, I was able to not look up to people, but see these people as stars, celebrities. Wow, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. And at the same time, they all just kind of not dropping, but like stuff about them is coming out that is just exposing the entire game. It is like really wild. Like I think on New Year's Day, like how many people got sued?
Yes. We're going to talk about that. Yeah.
Will Smith, like all these people at the same time, and we're watching all of this just collapse. The entire system. We're watching that entire system collapse, and I don't know what it'll be replaced with, because like there's always going to be new people who will take that position. There's always going to be new people who will gladly take that position, right? I've seen like people who start off righteous, right? Or righteous, and conscious, but like give them some money.
And,
right? And then and then you see exactly what they wanted to be. Like they talked against rappers, but they actually wanted to be just like them.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
right? So yeah, it's kind of
wild. And that's why I thank the elders who I was able to learn from, who taught me, because they was in on these guys 25 years ago, 30 years ago. And it made me, I didn't want to believe it. But then when you think about how much of your life is manufactured, how much of your whole thought process is not yours. Yeah. It's a system of thoughts, McGraw-Hill books and this and that, and everybody teaching the same doctrine, that you rarely have unique experiences. And because they know that we have a tendency to look up to people, especially from where we're coming from, they have to control all narratives. That's 101. But now, remember, we're in a time where just, if you want to see it for what it is, it's like having an uncle you look up to your whole life. And then you find out the truth about him. And you go, don't tell me that about Uncle Joe. But that's the way reality works. Yeah. And so we are seeing the crumbling of, and 2026 is going to be amazing.
Yo, bro, I remember, and I said this back when COVID was a thing, like when lockdowns was a thing, like we normal people live check to check, right? And then you realize like celebrities, they also live check to check. It's a bigger check, but it's check
that's all
check,
it is.
Right?
Yes.
And it's gotten to the point where now I could see, because I know people who are, I guess celebrity, right? But like I can tell, like they don't really got it like that, and
right,
simply because one, I know business, right? So I know what drives revenue and profit and taxes. You know what I'm saying? I know business, and then I can go like, okay, he's doing that, she's doing that. That don't make sense. I don't think they really got it like that. And then come to find out, I know, because I know people who know people, and come to find they don't really have it. I'm just like, I knew it, right? But think about that in the essence of somebody just mentioned, like the veil just kind of being lifted. Like we see social media for what it is, and now we're just kind of seeing the whole thing. So now, again, the consumer is a little bit smarter now, so we can see like this rapper who's talking all of this. he's in a 720 deal, not even a 360 deal. He's in a 720 deal.
That means
And
spiritually, if he,
he died.
becomes
You know what I'm saying?
profitable, he owe his spirit to
know what I'm
the
saying?
goddamn label, nigga.
So we see that, and then we go like, damn, like, is that life even worth? You know,
Some of them niggas in a 1080 deal. That's another
You know what I'm
story.
saying? Like-
Anyway, yeah.
what, like, is it even worth what I thought this was? You know what I'm saying? So
And remember, some of the poorest people you know, all they have is money,
yeah,
right? Because they, we've seen the way the government will take these rappers and shower them with what appears to be riches, and the buffoonery that's connected to it. It's a whole nother story. So let's keep an eye on Ray J. It could be pneumonia, could be something else. He is, if I'm looking on a chessboard, he's starting to be a loose cannon. He's talking too much, and so he knows too much. See, though, if you're talking too much and you know too much, pneumonia's on the come up.
And
Thank you for the
super chats.
super
people.
chats. Yes, thank you.
Monique, organic, original man. Thank you. So it used to be a running joke because random celebrities would have a story with Ray J, like random, like this person got arrested and already in the drunk tank was Ray J. Like it's always something funny, but then you gotta get like serious with it. Like he's been a focal point in so many different moments in our culture. Crazy, right?
Yes.
The Kim K sex tape, that was him, right?
Yes.
And look what that sprung, right?
Yeah.
Whitney Houston, right? Like he was
Yes.
dating Whitney Houston, like random. Like, wait, what? That makes no sense to me.
And I
You know
think
what I'm
the last person to see her alive.
You know what I'm saying? What else? He damn near got the Breakfast Club started because he called into the station cursing out Fat. Like he's always been a focal point. So we know you have stories. We know your credibility is there. Like just as me, like you probably were there. That probably is a true thing. So, yeah, man.
Yep. Let's keep an eye on it.
Interesting stuff, man.
Yep.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Speaking of just living paycheck to paycheck, Drake was named into a RICO with the online gambling service Stake, right? Now, they're saying that he used the money, or him and a few other people used the money for Stake. Or
This guy Aiden?
Aiden Ross, who is...
Ross.
Who is...
Yeah, he's wilding right now, too. Yeah.
I mean, he is a right?
Yeah.
So, so they naming them and a few other people into like a criminal conspiracy, racketeering, you know the RICO, and I remember when Drake started to stream with Aiden and have the Stake on the stream, stuff like that. People were saying like, "Yo, I think you should kind of distance yourself from that." But they knew he must have a crazy deal with them for him to put his name behind anything, because
Absolutely.
Drake is like one of those people. But then my friends were going like, "Yo, how much money do you actually need, Drake?" Right? And it goes to that point too. Like, is it greed? Is it were they forcing you to do this? But I think it's a little bit of everything. Like, it's just
Sure.
like how much do you actually need? Like, you need an online gambling service as well. Like, you can stream billions and billions of times, but you still need to potentially compromise yourself into something that,
Well, a lot of these guys feel that they're above the law. And this gambling situation, to be able to pay off debts through a service that's not picked up by the IRS and move money like that, these niggas think they're intelligent. You're not more intelligent than the government. You know what I mean? As much as you think you are. And a lot of these athletes, again, this gambling thing is a big thing. First of all, they said, and I saw Dr. Boyce Watkins also break this down. Shout out to Boyce Watkins.
what's
That
happening?
gambling, say it again?
So I feel like I haven't seen Boys.
I seen them recently. Gambling is destroying young males in particular from 20 to 34. It's just destroying their lives because you cannot beat the house, right? And so all of the money that you're making, you're feeding these gambling institutions. And by making it legal, I'm not sure if it made it worse. It's like making tobacco legal.
Because, think about, again, tobacco as an example, right? So think about back in the day when you saw your favorite celebrity smoke a cigarette. Oh, that's cool. Whoa. Right? Same thing with people who sponsor alcohol. Diddy was a huge sponsor. He made Ciroc cool, right?
Yes.
Other rappers make Hennessy, Cristal, same thing. Now you have an avenue to where gambling, where we have an unlimited cap. Like, we're not capped by crates of alcohol. We're not capped by,
Right.
It's literally unlimited, right?
Yep.
And we have a celebrity on stream, because streamers are the biggest celebrities now. And then rappers getting on stream with them with a big old stake logo behind that, and that's an online gambling thing. And then what's happening is they're giving them fake money to gamble with. Online.
Yes. Right.
They're giving them fake money. They're giving Aiden, Drake, all these people fake money, and they winning big or they losing and then they're going back and people going
because
I can win money.
You are the one that they trying to draw in. It's sort of like Chauncey Billups and them was having them high stakes games where they had all them devices with cameras, with cards, motions. You was the only catch there because you wanted to sit down with the so-called celebrities and spend money, but tag you it. So Drake and them were doing the same thing from an online perspective. So when you heard that he was losing 300,000, it was nothing. He never lost 300,000, right? And now they even tying that to streams, like illegal streams, because that same company was paying for streams. And so what Drake was accusing Kendrick of is all true, because they all do the same thing, let's be clear. But you never throw, what's that? Don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Right? Because it is what it is. And so that's all a part of the system. But a lot of these young people, just like when alcohol became legal, so alcohol, weed,
prostitution, prostitution,
prostitution.
Every vice is legal.
And yes, all these vices are now legal. And so this is Sodom and Gomorrah. These have to be the last days for those who are stuck in that cycle, right?
Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like every single vice is legal. Everything, and everything. You grew up told not to talk about out loud is what is creating platforms. Is what's making millions of dollars for people. Politics, religion,
and wherever we go,
all these things.
In history, there's one set of people that have been kicked out of like 119 countries because wherever they reside, pornography, gambling, alcohol, all that stuff rises. Due to my contract with YouTube, who pays me a few dollars, a few, shekels every month, I am not allowed to directly say to you who those people are. Okay? That is as transparent as you're going to be or you're going to hear me be. Use your imagination.
Or you can come to the membership. Or you can come to the membership.
Oh, yeah. Or come to the membership and I'll go to fuck off.
Side note, guys, every Sunday, 11 a.m., we meet in the membership for our morning meetup. It's really cool.
Yes.
Come out, check it out. Really cool. Really insightful conversations. Come check it out. All right, let's get to some more stuff.
Yep.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
So, as I alluded to, right, at the start of the year, there was a gang a gang of people that got sued for stuff. So Will Smith, Tyler Perry, L.A. Reid, Donnie McKirkland. Like, what the hell's happening?
Well, it's time to pay up.
All the same stuff.
The Donnie McKirkland stuff. He brought some people to the Pray Out the Gay conference. I'm gonna say that again. I'm not making this up. He named the conference Pray the Gay Away. And obviously, the only way you can pray the gay away is to, I have to do God's work. And I have to surgically go places because the gay is inserted in a certain place. Got to pray it away. Man. All right? Now, L.A. Reid, nobody's talking about this case. It's a civil case of him essaying his vice president or A&R director or something from years ago. She was a part of a movement, not the Me Too movement, and so that takes place this week coming up. L.A. Reid is a prominent, figure in the music industry.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry, but Tyler Perry fired back, showing some incriminating emails about said person who needed some money, and when they couldn't get the money, or whatever that's worth, now these charges are coming. Now,
yo, time out, really quick. Stop looking at the screen.
Who?
Stop looking at the game, cause see.
You caught me.
Stop.
You caught me. Yeah.
University of Miami is playing, and I don't want to know. Guys.
Yeah, I wilded out a few minutes ago before we came on screen. Yeah, so listen. The crazy case, though, is the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. I watched Tasha K. I forget the brother's name. What's the brother's name?
Bilal.
Bilal was talking with such confidence, and he brought all kind of receipts that this is going to be hard to ignore. And he mentioned some weirdo stuff on a whole nother level. So it's going to be interesting to see who pays out. Do people even care, though, Malcolm? Let me ask you a question. Do people care if Will Smith is gay?
No, you know what's crazy? I think it's been such a long train coming. Like, it's just been on the track for so long that people just want to hear, okay, cool. All right, we got it. 20 years ago, that would have been the story. You know what I'm saying? I think that would have been like, oh my God. Now, no. So, yo, guys, like, I'm waiting for Diddy to just come out and say, listen, hey, this is what my truth is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm waiting. We're waiting for these people to just come out and say it because, like, we're tired of hearing all the stories for 20, 30 years at this point. Like, it's here now. It's here.
Yeah, this is your moment. Or you could pray away the gay. That's up to you. Yeah. If you think you can, shun away the buns. I don't know. All kind of, shit you could do. But I don't think people, and this is another thing, when you find out all that you need to know about the Epstein files, when you find out, then what? What are you gonna do?
Right.
But still support the same people. Will Smith come out with a hot new movie, you're gonna be right there. So, and I'm talking to Will Smith right now. Just come out, man. Come on, man. The door's never gonna be more wide open. Pause. Than it is gonna be now. Live your life.
Yo, I thought about this, like, as you were talking, because again, we're seeing like everybody just kind of at the same time. What if you were given a choice to live out your dream? This is for everybody in the chat right now, tell me what you think. You were given an opportunity to live out every single thing you've ever wanted to do for 20 years. That is the amount of time you have. It's going to be the most incredible thing in the universe, right? For 20 years, but when it stops, it's going to stop really, really hard. Like really, like it's going to be such a fall off. Would you go for it?
Malcolm, and I hate to go with the shameless plug. When I break down the mindset of these youth, that's the contract they signed. They signed here to live to the fullest of their abilities, even if it's for 5 or 10 years, then to be analog in their thinking, which is, every single slow grind and go to work and get my lunch break and pay the bills and and get a watch, at the end of 40 years. No, right? So that's the deal. Now, remember, you have 3 faces. It's the face you show the public. It's the face you show your family and close friends. And then there's that other face that only you and a select few, you and God and a few other people. Now, along with that comes a certain level of thinking. So when you say live out your wildest dreams and desires, what does that mean? Because let's be clear. If I'm having linear sex with my wife, and I love my wife to death, every bone in my body. But is that my dream? You know what I mean? I can have anything I want. Let's keep it a bean. Or would I like to just, let it rip every now and then? Champagne, honeys, let's get it in. Travel, first class. And bro, I'm gonna tell you, I want to be to some exotic places. Knock down some exotic things. Right? Jesus. I just got finished watching Avatar. Listen, if I could put that on my belt and you can't because I'm super rich, I'm going to knock down one of the Navis. Oh, bro. So, and then what happens, you get bored with even that. And that's how they get you. Because you be like, anybody can do this. I want to do, you know what? I want to make love to a mermaid. And they have these secret meetings where they have these mermaids and only the rich of the rich. So when you say 20 years, what do I get to do? And then I come back home, I knock on the door, hey, Mama Dot, glad you waited for me. I always loved you, girl. And then you come home, right? So what are we talking? Right? Now, on the darker side of that, there are those who are into PDFs with no shame added to it, right? So for us dealing with a moral lens, it's just certain things we're not gonna do. But let's say you had an urge to do that, and everybody in that mix with you is not judging. Y'all all doing the same thing. So this thing gets weirder. Let's say you into watching somebody's head get chopped off, right? The many faces of death. I saw them beating that monkey to death, and then they ate the monkey's brains, right? That was 20 years ago I saw that. So imagine what they doing in them elite circles. Why should you eat hamburger meat when you can eat humans? Jesus. No, I'm just putting it out there. I want to taste something that only the elite can taste. Side note, I looked up at the McDonald's sign recently, and it said 197 billion people served.
Told you the truth?
Huh?
I said it told you the truth.
They said they didn't say 197 billion hamburgers sold.
They probably had to go. All right, we got to tell the truth.
They didn't say 179 billion chicken sandwiches served. They said 197 billion people served. So, I'm just saying. So, everybody in the chat, you got your 20. I know what you're going to say, the politically correct thing. You probably got your wife sitting next to you. No, I just want to, invest in the market for 20 years, man. Yeah. And me and my family, my boring ass family, could take a trip every year to exotic places.
I think when you think about this, just think about like when celebrity couples get each other stuff for their birthdays. And you think like, what the hell would you get somebody that can get anything they want, right?
Right.
Think about that. Like that's how you got to just kind of think about it on a grander scale. Like what does Jay-Z and Beyonce? What do they get each other? Like I can get anything I want.
Now
right?
You, the common folk, I tell you this all the time. You're gonna come home Valentine's night, and I've been waiting to give. You've been waiting to give me the shit, unless you got a midget under there. Some two midget bitches gonna pop out. I know you've been waiting. No, I haven't. Unless the pussy different. You went and got some shit done and added an extra vagina. It's the same shit, right? But you can't say that. Now I'm talking regular folk, us common folk who got to come home with the flowers and the candy. Our gift is the shit we just got last Wednesday, but now it's a special day. Now, for the rich, as you just mentioned, sky could be the limit on what it is, that you get. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Done.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
Guys, my dad is a sicko, and y'all know it already. Just
no. Tune in. I got a new for members only coming. Basically, anywhere, everywhere, all at once. Tune in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So if y'all want to see me wild out, y'all got to pay for that because they'll take me off the air here. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some more stuff.
Yes.
So we talked about just kind of all vices become illegal, but alcohol industry lost a lot of money.
$830 billion.
Over the past 4 years, rather, yeah.
Yep.
That's a lot of bread.
They say young people are not drinking the way they do. 830. First, I thought it was 830 million. I say even that's a lot. $830 billion. What is going on? First of all, salute to young people who stopped smoking. I don't see young people. When I was growing up, everybody young was smoking. I don't see young people smoking. I don't see young people having as many babies out of wedlock. And, I know we need babies to move on, but you need to be prepared to have a baby. And now we're hearing young people are not drinking haphazardly as much. Something is going on.
I don't know. I actually, because I didn't know that to be the case. Like I'm not in clubs. You know what I'm saying? But I think maybe alcohol has just kind of outpriced themselves. Like a lot of these things have outpriced themselves, right? Mm-hmm. Like people now understand, like going to the club, buying a section, getting bottles from the. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. But yeah,
yes,
getting bottles from the section is just like fiscally irresponsible. Like why the hell would I do that?
Right.
Cigarettes. I think that's kind of been substituted by the vaping because that was a problem.
It is.
But cigarettes itself, you're right. I don't see that. I don't know anybody that smokes cigarettes, to be honest with you.
Right. That's like, yeah.
Right. It's like, what? Cigarettes?
You got to be a certain age. And I see you smoking a cigarette, I go, but I don't see young people smoking cigarettes.
So I think when it comes to a lot of these things, it just kind of because even like clubbing, it has changed. Like that whole culture has changed. Like I don't hear about people going to the clubs or the same no more. I don't know. It might just be a cultural shift that's happening, and alcohol is probably like one of those first things to just kind of like lose its like luster. You know what I mean?
Well, what does that mean for your favorite rapper, who now,
But and
you know,
think about this. Think about this. Think about the last 10 years, 15 years. How many rappers, actors, basketball players have put their name behind a white labeled alcohol, right?
I'm listening. Hold on.
Yeah, you messing with the wire.
Yep.
Yeah. How many like Kevin Hart, The Rock, you know what I mean? Like they all have put their names behind some kind of alcohol, and it just doesn't have the same effect like those. Like before, like an alcohol will put you like over the top, like that'll make you
Right.
like a damn near billionaire. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now it doesn't. Like now it's kind of a liability at this point. I don't know.
And that's tying back into the money is shortening up in those fields. And now there has to be a pivot into AI, into technology, into whatever's next, because the alcohol, that's a huge
And somebody
lost.
just mentioned COVID, bro. The last 4 years, what happened in the last 4 years? Like,
Yes.
it cannot be understated how monumental of a moment all of that was.
Yes.
It is going
Absolutely.
to leave a permanent stain on society, on culture as we knew it. Like the world is legitimately different from before COVID to after it.
It
Especially
is.
when it comes to everything, sports, music, entertainment, when it comes to everything, how people feel about themselves. Like people were connecting back with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
people were, you know what I mean, going back outside, like picking up hobbies again. You know what I mean?
People started baking cookies and coming up with creative ideas
Yep.
to survive. And so there was an awakening. Now, we know that this was orchestrated, but even in the orchestration of such, there's always a part of it that's a variable, Malcolm, that not even they can determine where this thing is going to go.
Right.
And they into quantum computing, which gives them scenarios. But at the end of the day, on a spiritual level, you still have a choice.
Right.
You still have a choice whether you're going to follow this thing until it crashes, or you're going to get off that ship and go, you know what? I really don't need $100 million for my happiness. I really want to
Literally.
get back into myself. I want to spend some time, doing music, not for sale. I really want to. And so that is a variable that comes in.
Bruh,
And
I told
COVID
you.
was a major part of that.
I was listening to this guy, big entrepreneurial, influencer, $100 million, Alex Hormozy, and he was talking about his life and how like he don't want kids and how I think I just want to work and get to that $1 billion. I said that sounds horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like it just nothing about that sound like motivating to me, and I'm probably just at a different spot in my life. You know what I mean? Like to where
Yeah.
like that
Well,
it just.
Again, if his goal, and see, that's why his journey has nothing to do with your journey,
Right.
right? Let him
Right.
burn himself out after what he's after, and when he gets there, will it have been worth it? Because it's never about the destination. It's about the journey.
Always.
What did you sacrifice? What moments did you give up? Or what great experiences did you have along the way which made it worth whatever, right? And so that's what that's about,
Absolutely.
Interesting.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
Now, let's get a
Yo.
commercial break in.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It is time.
Let's get a commercial break in, and then we're going to come right back. We got you.
Hello, wealthy family. This is Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, your favorite angel oracle. When was the last time you had a spiritual tune-up or felt truly aligned? All my angel services, whether it's an oracle card reading, chakra balancing session, or even mental healing sessions, are a channel to help provide you assistance on your journey. Whether you're looking for clarity, balance, or just direction, your journey is always evolving with every intentional decision. Connect with me today. Visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com, to see all services and availability, or call or text me at 786-828-8722. I'm so grateful to continue to be a vessel assisting you on your journey. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.
Some people cry when it hurts. Others, we laugh because it's the only thing keeping us alive. And gotta laugh to keep from crying, Dwayne Bowser rips off the emotional armor to reveal a story that's both devastating and deeply healing. Abuse, addiction, near death, and somehow, redemption. This isn't just another memoir, it's a survival guide disguised as a story. If you've ever battled mental health, felt crushed by trauma, or numbed your pain just to get through the day, this is your wake-up call. You don't need to suffer in silence. You don't need to carry the weight alone. There's a way out, and it starts with truth. This is a must-read for anyone on a hero's journey of healing. Click below to grab your copy before another laugh turns into a silent cry.
And we are back.
All right.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, listen. Amazon now has my book available. All right? As you know, this book was supposed to be ready November 25th, and they just hit us with some curveballs that is going to be later. It went all the way out until February. And I'm like, you're Amazon. That shit make no sense. I didn't even want to pull my shoulder out, Malcolm, and say it's conspiracy, because it's not that kind of book. Yeah. You know, it's just a book about, you know, my personal story. But in any event, you can either go to Amazon or you can go to books.by/Dwayne Bowser. All right? Books.by/Dwayne Bowser. Or, of course, you know, you can go to Shop Urban X now and pick that book up, soft cover. If you still want an autographed copy, I'm going to hit you in the head for 40 cents for that. You know, it's like shipping and handling. I got to write some shit, you know, and those become the exclusive ones. But they're ready now, and very shortly, everything will be everywhere all at once. You like how I did that, right, Malcolm?
That was
Everywhere,
smooth.
anywhere, all at once.
That was smooth.
Say that again, Mama? Yes. And so that's how that's going to run. Shout out Chanel Infinite Goddess, Ascending.
Yes, we did the catapult your energy into 2026. That was dope.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was very dope.
Yeah.
Everybody had a different perspective on what it is we need to do to prepare for 2026. And Ascendant, it keeps this things moving. She hit me with some insight that I needed. You know, recently gave me a personal call, and I appreciated it. I want to shout out a kidney warrior of mine, a friend named Dante. You know, he's been on dialysis for maybe 10 years. And on New Year's Eve, he got the call that they had a kidney for him.
Nice.
So shout out my man Dante. I hope all is well. I've been giving you a little chance to heal before I get on the phone with you. And such a beautiful thing, you know?
Real quick, and before we get to, I want to shout out Skylar. This show has been on so long that we announced when he signed to Wisconsin, when he transferred to UConn. And now he has declared for the NFL draft. So proud of that man.
Oh
So proud.
yeah.
So proud.
Oh yeah. Let's go, Scholar. Show them what you worth, baby. Show them what you worth. Absolutely. So let's get back to it now.
All right.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So you mentioned watching the Avatar movie. Apparently, that's breaking. Like that trilogy has netted over, I think, $6 billion worldwide.
Yes.
Something crazy. And here's the thing, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say don't waste your time. It's a 3-hour movie. 5 of us went, and 4 of us was asleep. I looked up, and everybody was like this. So, if you're going to see it, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to watch the first hour. Okay. All right. You're going to sleep the second hour. Right? Because they just talking, and all these Navi philosophies and shit. Then you wake up the last 45 minutes and get the action, and you good. You good. You know.
That's crazy.
Now, the storylines are sort of similar, and they're getting a little bit redundant. But they said Avatar 5, they come into Earth.
God, dude. Avatar 5.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They're gonna be coming to Earth.
That's interesting.
So
It is
sort of like
interesting.
we waiting for 3-Hour Atlas and all that to come. Imagine the Navis is coming to rain, war on us now. They're bringing the fight to our home turf because they got to do one more. They got to do wind. And it's earth, air, fire, water.
Listen. If you guys watched The Last Airbender, you know where this is going. Okay.
Yes.
Air nomads, Earth nations, Fire nation, water tribe. Like.
Yes.
And they did the same thing. Like I couldn't believe it. Like when I heard about the Way of the Water Avatar, I was just like, if they come out with a fire one, that'd be crazy. And sure enough.
Yeah. But dude, look at the money he making. I got to keep that series going.
True.
I think I'm going to skip 4, and I'm just going to wait for 5 to come out.
Or
4. Me and Mama Dada watch it here on 3 nights. We'll do an hour. We'll wake back up. We'll do an hour. And we'll close out. Surround sound and all that shit. Because I don't have 3 hours in my life to be sitting in a theater. And we went to the dine-in theater.
Oh,
and so, we was all like,
y'all was.
By the time that itis kicked in, and I hit that recline button, that's a wrap. I don't care what they showing. It's a wrap.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Godfrey. I think he has a movie premiere coming out next week.
It's a movie or a special?
It's a movie special. Sort of like a Raw or Delirious type of thing.
Yo, guys, Godfrey is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, so it's not a Netflix thing. And so shout out Godfrey. Me and Mama Dot will be in the theater, checking that out. We like Godfrey. We like to laugh.
Slow down. Don't run past the story.
Uh-oh. Mama Dot said do not run. You know how she feel about Godfrey.
You know what I'm saying?
This is a part of her 20 year of doing anything she want to do. She gonna lay that nigga down and some other shit, and I'll be at home cooking, taking care of kids and shit. And 20 years later, she come ring the bell. All the crazy shit she done did. I get it, I get it. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, he shot it at Apollo and I missed it. I'm very surprised that I missed it because that's my backyard. And, we go see Godfrey when he comes to town. And so we will be in the theaters.
Speaking of like movies and stuff, apparently Justin and King Combs is trying to put out a documentary. I guess it's supposed to be like the behind the scenes of what they were going through. Because I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of interested because what do you do? Like either like what do you do when your pops is just accused of some like the wildest stuff, right? But I don't think it's as interesting with them, but because y'all were in on a lot of it. You know what I mean? It's not like that's your pops.
You hit it right on the nail. It's not like
Yeah.
you didn't know your pops
Right.
was into this. Your pops brought you into that side of the industry and corrupted you and made you complicit in certain situations where you could be brought up on charges, right? And so
Yeah.
that's a failure as a dad. That to me, that is a failure as a father to bring you in on that kind of action and put you in harm's way where I may know the risk or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
make my children susceptible to things that they should not ever be susceptible to, right?
Yeah.
So that's just how I see that. And so it's curious to see if this is to garner sympathy on Diddy's part. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
From
I
a
heard-
children's perspective, I'm
I
just
heard he
curious
got,
to see where they're gonna take it.
I heard he got approved for that First Step Act. Is that true? Anybody in the chat?
Say it again.
I said I heard he got approved for the First Step Act. Where
Does that mean he can be in a
possibly
program that's going
release
to
early.
let him get out early?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be
true?
surprised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, he'll be home soon unless there are more charges coming down the pipe. And I'm hearing all speculation that it could be.
Real quick, Albie Short's kid is Quincy. That's Albie Short's.
Right, that's Quincy's kid. Yeah.
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 What was I gonna say? I heard Misa tried to sue Mary J. Blige.
She lost
She lost. Yeah.
over this guy. What's that guy? His name from Harlem. He's a rapper that Mary started managing. Somebody in the chat will tell me this guy's name. And I think Misa was sleeping with him. It's a mess. First of all,
Vado?
Misa and Mary, Vado. Yeah, I think it's Vado. Vado. Mary and Misa know a lot of dirt, bro.
Yeah.
They know a lot of dirt. And for them to turn on each other, because every picture I see them, they was always back to back. And to allow a dude to come in between that, again, it's all crumbling. It's all coming down. It's all coming down. You heard?
Yep.
Yep.
You're
Alright,
listening to the sounds of Urban X.
And sticking with movies and documentaries and stuff, Netflix is trying to take over the world on the lowest of keys. I don't know if anybody is realizing this.
Yes.
They're cutting podcast deals. They're trying to cut now music record label deals.
Record label.
What the hell is that about?
Well, again, if you sign to them as a record label, they're going to want, like you said, the 720, 1080 deal,
Yeah.
right? Where everything you do, the making of the album is material. You performing the album on a live is material. If you want to get into acting, your company is already doing shows. And so they're trying to corner the market. They're in a war with Spotify and other people. And you see the podcast business that they're now getting into, because podcast, here's the thing. It may take you 6 months to do a TV series with 12 episodes and then it's over, right?
Yeah.
Podcast is, especially if it's a good podcast like Urban X, it's gonna come on regularly. It's gonna provide you with great information, and it's an ongoing thing. It's an all year round thing, minus a vacation here and there. And so that makes sense in the,
the metrics people don't realize about podcasting, what makes it such a huge thing, is because think about music. The retention for music, a song might be 2 minutes, might be 5 minutes. A movie might be a couple hours. Podcasting, again, if you have multiple episodes, hundreds of episodes, at an hour and a half, 2 hours a clip. That's why Joe Budden was having such a hard time with Spotify when he was trying to re-up his deal the first time with Rory and Mal. They had the Spotify deal. Because he was talking about, yo, I'm keeping people on your platform for 3 and 4 hours twice a week. At a time, straight
Twice a week.
Twice a week. And y'all are trying to pay me like a rapper, essentially. Like, you know what I mean? And they only, again, a song be 2 minutes now, 2.5 minutes now. And I'm keeping people all the way engaged to the end. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Netflix is kind of seeing that as well. They kind of just understanding like, okay, I have people's attention spent. And now remember, Netflix introduced commercials. And if you don't want commercials, you got to pay more. So that's how they're hedging their bets when it comes to that.
YouTube has been doing that for years, though.
True.
They're at war with YouTube. As a matter of fact, YouTube is still, I'm going to put a chart up on you, right? YouTube is still the #1 watched platform in America, okay? And so they're in direct competition with YouTube because vodcasting is what they're trying to call it now. But the podcast that has the visuals to it is the one that's worth all the money. You know what I mean? And so I thought I had a chart. Let me. Trying to bring it out of my mind.
I'll tell you why they won't. Why they won't win against YouTube. YouTube is huge, not because of because of like the few huge creators like Mr. Beast and stuff like that, but the energy that the common person puts into YouTube is why I think they'll outlast
there we go.
Netflix, right? Because regular people can't just post a movie on Netflix on Netflix.
Right.
You can't just post a podcast on Netflix. Regular people can, right?
Yeah.
I can, and we talk about the energy we put into these things, right? We talk about the energy we put into youth sports, the energy we put into, because of our idea that we can somehow one day make it. That's how YouTube is. So if Netflix already is going, I'm paying the biggest creators to do this, to come over here, then what's the draw for me to, I don't know.
And side note, Spotify has just lowered their recommendations for the everyday podcaster to come over there now. You know what I mean? And so they're trying to tap into, like you said, that YouTube market that says you could be the bottom of the barrel. You could start out with one follower and YouTube say, come on over. And that's why it's going to be hard to beat them.
You can have an entire business on YouTube, right? They have video, obviously. They have podcasting now. You can put your music up there. You can create your own online courses and sell it on it. You can have your own membership on YouTube. Now, they tax the hell out of all of that. Don't get me wrong.
They do.
They're going to get you. They're going to bend you over, right?
Yep.
But it is there if you don't have the access to like other software platforms and stuff like that. You can do something incredible. Side note, I just kind of wanted to mention this shameless plug. I think next week I'm going to start this. I'm going to make an announcement. But next week I'm going to start what I'm calling the Excellence Labs, right? So we talked about earlier how everybody's not motivated by the same thing. So I wanted to create a community, right? Well, if you are a member, you already have it. We have the courses already in there. We can talk about business if you have a business idea. We can talk about accountability because I too need the accountability. I want to be a product of this thing we call excellence as well. So we're going to have that in there. And what I'm stressing is not one size fits all advice, one size fits all business, knowledge and things like that, because we all are different people. We all have different things that drive us, that motivate us. As I kind of mentioned, from what I was at 24 to where I'm at 32.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Cut me off. But yeah, from where I was at 24 to now at 32, completely different things that motivate me, and how I see things are a little bit different, a lot different as well. So I'm thinking either Tuesdays or Wednesdays, 8 o'clock. 8:30.
Okay. Now I can hit
the
the
membership.
applause.
Now you can tip that. Right.
Thank you. My bad. My bad. That button's so sensitive. I was trying to pre-applause. I think that's a
appreciate
great
that.
idea. For those who just have ideas, who want to get these ideas off the ground and what it takes. And I'm going to tell you, if you're not willing to stick with whatever it is, it's never your sacrifice. You are being tested, right? On many levels. And if you could walk the walk through it, you are going to see success, because motion plus motion equal motion. You know what I mean? So the energy you put in is the energy you get back. And that energy will translate either into something monetary or just something for your soul. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I look forward to that. Our membership is only $10.
That is it.
And it is cancel whenever you want to cancel. I will be doing, of course, somebody's got to say it, but it's basically the theme is going to be anywhere, everywhere, all at once. And when you see the setup and the beautiful things we do here at Urban X, we're trying our best to always bring you what no one else is bringing you.
Absolutely.
And we're not with nobody. You know, I just got finished telling Mount, we got to get the pitch deck ready. Shit, we might be in the middle of a war for them to just grab the bottom of the barrel. They say, hey, y'all have how many episodes? And it could be a bit more, you know.
Listen, man. Listen,
Yeah. Urban X. You signing, Malcolm?
No.
Why not?
I was lying. I'm sorry.
You signing? It's all depending on what the deal is, right?
Yeah, all depending on what the deal is, man. All depending on what the deal is.
Okay.
Let's talk about Sinners. They got snubbed at the Choice Awards.
Yes.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie and say I was surprised. Sadly, I wasn't.
No, not surprised.
Not surprised.
Well, they won 4. They were nominated for 17. However, this movie, I went to see both of these movies. I went to see Sinners, and I went to see the movie with DiCaprio.
Okay.
One battle after another.
Yeah.
Very good movie.
Okay.
Both of them are being outshadowed by a movie by somebody I never heard of.
Oh, Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
The Marty.
Yeah. Is, you know, I think I saw the coming attraction for that. And so this is what I've been told. Is that the voting party.
Marty Supreme. Yep.
Yeah, Marty Supreme. The voting party are older people. They're trying their best, the Oscars, to get younger people involved who can see the creative genius in what Michael B. Jordan did, right? And the acting and the cinematography, the music, the directing. Whereas One Battle After Another, that's the Vietnam era. That's that whole go against the system era. And so if I'm 60, 70 years old and I'm on the Oscar voting committee, I might lean toward that. You know what I mean? And it was a great movie. However, just in my humble opinion, nothing touches what Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan, and like Viola Davis said, he played 3 parts in that movie. He played Smoke and Stack, then he played the vampire. You know what I mean? Which was 2.5 roles, and everybody in that movie was casted perfectly. The cinematography, like I said, the score, the concept that now they could do a Smoke and Stack movie in Chicago that doesn't even deal with the vampire aspect is amazing in itself. Or one after, like what happened to them when they became full vampires. And so I just thought it was amazing.
And this is what I'll say about Sinners, and this is why I thought it was a really amazing movie. I think art, movies, books, music, I think it's supposed to be good on its own, better with context. Right?
Yes.
So by itself, it's supposed to just stand, and it's supposed to just be a good movie. But if you get extra context about what somebody said, what somebody alluded to, it's supposed to just make it that much better. And I think Sinners was chock full of that. As you mentioned, like I watched the movie straight through. I said, this is fire, right? But then when you go back and go, oh snap, he was dressed like the Italian mob.
Right.
He was dressed like the Irish mob. They were twins. There was an actual Christmas Day beef between the Italian and Irish mob in Chicago. Holy shit. What if it was, and they alluded to robbing both and bouncing. What if they thought that they were being robbed by the same person? Oh, it just makes it that much better, right? So an example I'll go away from Sinners. The Prestige by Christopher Nolan. Like you can watch that movie.
Yes.
And then, oh, this is fire. You go back and realize how much stuff you missed, and now you're catching, and it makes it better. So when artists, I'm not going to say who, right? But when artists rely on just stuff in their songs, when they just say stuff, and they just throw stuff in their videos, and they rely on rabid fan bases to just get stuff, but it doesn't make the song or the video any better, it's lazy, right?
Very lazy.
So I think that's lazy, right? So and that's why I thought Sinners was so damn good, and that's all I'll say.
Yes, and like I said, I saw one battle after the other.
Yeah, you can't take nothing around.
I can't take nothing away from the storyline. Yeah. Sean Penn, DiCaprio, Tatiana Taylor.
Yeah, come on.
It was so many components, and that's what competition is about. But
and here's the thing. I also believe that Ryan Coogler made this movie knowing he was not going to win anything substantial. Like the deal that he cut with Hollywood, the movie that he made. I think once you kind of take that stance, because they tried to get him onto the voting board at the Academy, and he said, "No, I'd rather join the union for the actors and the movie and the creators." Once you take that stance, you just kind of know what it is, right? So I said this back in the day with Kaepernick. I remember when he took that stance, I said, at this point, you should know that the NFL is not gonna mess with you anymore.
Ever again.
So when you're trying to get back on, it's just like
it's weird.
You take that stance.
He made it weird.
Right.
When you take a stand like that, you all in or you all out. And Kruger's movie is so artistic, and it doesn't require an Oscar, and I'm saying that in advance, for us to substantiate the paradigm shift movie that he made. That's an original story of some Chicago gangsters who wind up in some vampire shit. Like, who thinks like that? Right? And so the body of work is what it is. By the way, Ryan Coogler, if you're listening, this is a great story that you can tell. Yeah, gotta laugh to keep from crying, and I'm just not gonna give up my butthole. So I don't care what kind of deals y'all cutting. I can't. It is an exit only. And so keep me right the threshold. Tell me where the threshold is. Like if we give you 10 million, we're gonna need some butt. Give me 9.5 and we'll call it even. See, you gotta go into these deals knowing it's a deal regardless, right? Yeah. You wanna get paid, but you need to know where the threshold is. Show me where the threshold is, and I'm gonna park in there. All right, Doc, you want 50 million? We have to kill one of your kids.
Somebody said,
what kid we talking?
Somebody said shameless butt plug.
Yeah, shameless butt plug. Yeah, shameless butt plug. 50 million for one of the kids. Which one? I mean, who's been here the longest?
Oh, that's funny.
That's all I'm saying.
That's funny. So yo, I'm hearing word around the streets that a big album might be dropping tomorrow.
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm hearing in the streets, like I'm hearing that an album might be dropping tomorrow. I'm not sure who, but people throwing Cole, Drake, and then I heard somebody say Jay-Z.
I think it's Jay-Z.
Oh, snap.
If Jay-Z drop and he do what he do,
Oh, snap.
oh man. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
that'd be interesting.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he has a lot to say. You know?
What's phase one, guys? Who's that? Somebody keeps putting that in the chat.
Phase one? Who's phase one? I'm not sure. There's something happened to him.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
I mean, and listen, Jay-Z, if he puts out an album and it don't like hold up to anything Nas put out,
Well, Nas flooded the market, all great material.
true that. True that.
Nas is the people's champ. It just is what it is. I said last week or a couple of weeks ago I was all Nas'd out. Did not mean I'm not champion for Nas. Nas is my guy, right? It's just that I was being bombarded with so much and it became an oversaturated situation. And I think the expectations of the him and Premier joint just fell short. That's it. Doesn't mean Premier don't make dope beats. Don't mean Nas ain't a dope MC. I just think it fell short. Imagine you waited 40 years to bust one, Malcolm. You know how long that is?
Yeah.
You know, in real time, you just waiting and waiting and waiting. Like, goddamn. And then it comes and it's like,
Yeah. True
and
that.
you know what happens when you bust? The energy goes straight back to your brain. You go,
Shouldn't
that
have
was
did
nasty. That was disgusting. Look at me. I'm just repulsive, you know? And so, you know, that's all. Metaphorically speaking, of course, you know, metaphorically speaking.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. What else is going on in the world?
Howard University honored Chadwick Boseman.
I appreciate that. Posthumously, his body of work, what he stood for. You know, we lost him way too soon. Way too soon.
Yeah.
He was going to be that guy if he wasn't already that guy. And so shout out to Chadwick Boseman. DMX has been or is going to be ordained as a minister in a church in Harlem posthumously.
Wow.
Obviously. Interesting character, right?
Yeah.
You can say what you want to say about DMX, right? He wore his life on his sleeve, his imperfections, and one thing he never wavered on was his belief in his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He never wavered.
Yo, you know, and it randomly hits me. It randomly hits me that he died, bro.
Yes. But down here on earth, if you're not prepared, this thing will drive you bananas. And some people, you know, they just can't tolerate the mundane, everyday aspect of life. When we speak about drugs, and I speak about it heavy in my book, it's not what you think it is. This thing is I know this is fake. I know all of this is fake. And I can either pretend that it's real, or I can try to use devices to put me in alignment or what's closer to reality. That's all. That's all it is. Malcolm, you with me? Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay. All right, so what do we have next?
What do we got? Oh, did you guys see that the White House put out new new guidelines of what a well-balanced diet is. So remember the food triangle?
Yeah, the food pyramid.
The food pyramid, they flipped it. Now,
Wow.
I as a cultured man, thought about a South Park episode in which Cartman told them that that's what they needed to do. They needed
Flip
that
the
came out,
damn
like,
chart.
Flip the chart, and that came out like 10 years ago. And I'm in the comments. I'm like, why is somebody talking about this? This is a South Park episode that is real now. But I think it's true. I mean, like, I think this makes sense. No, more protein than carbs, right?
Well, here's the thing too, Malk. What we don't realize is, or what we didn't realize, a lot of them lobbyists paid to create that chart in the first place, the original chart. The cigarette industry owned the dairy industry, right? And so they had to push where this was needed to be a part of your essential, like sugar. They moved it off of sugar and moved it to something else when sugar was the stuff that was killing you. Cigarettes in movies was there purposely. So they have the ability to shape these narratives even down to what the diet is, and then they'll just wake up one day in 2026 and go, we switching it. So what was up is down, and now what was down is up. Interesting. Yep. Bizarro world. Malcolm, I don't know if you noticed, but George Zimmerman, I'm hearing, is homeless and jobless. And wherever he goes now, everybody want to shoot the fade with him. And so I thank the ancestors for whipping his ass, because the level of arrogance that he had after that trial, signing Starburst rappers, and he became so arrogant, and there's a price to pay. There's a karmic wheel. Me and Obama was talking about the other day.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna come back around, and it's a price to pay.
Yeah. There's this Instagram account, and he just be like talking about how he just like loves to catch phase with people. So like, and people meet up with him just to fight. Like,
yeah,
like just to, like, he's known, like, people be like hit him up like, yo, I'm gonna be here, and they meet up and they square up and they go at it. Like, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's
man.
not Zimmerman you're talking about, though.
No, that's not.
That's another guy.
Saying,
I know the guy you're talking about.
That's what made me think about it.
It's a guy who like, yo, let's shoot the fade. Yeah. So Zimmerman is getting what he deserved. He should have got it a long time ago.
Yo,
but you know, here we go.
It feels like these things like are slow to happen, but they happen. They happen. That's what's up. That's
yes,
good.
yes,
That's good.
And I appreciate that. I want him to suffer. I want to be walking by and piss on his tent one day. Just you know, why not?
Hit him with a pie too.
Hit him with a pie. Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to talk about the Anthony Joshua situation. Whoa.
That was eerie. At the least.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because, like, all right, so he won the fight against Jake Paul.
His 33rd fight, yes.
His 33rd fight. And people, you know, people were saying, like, he went against the script. He was supposed to lose. He wound up winning. So was that something because he went against the script? I don't know. It was eerie. And then people were talking about the roads this happened in Nigeria, right? Right? So people were just talking about the infrastructure and the roads, and somebody was like, it's impossible to even drive that fast on these roads. Like, it's so much traffic, the roads, it's interesting.
One side, both of his boys was on the right side. He was on that side and somehow switched to the other side. And so he comes out of it unscathed, basically, or just a few injuries. So if he went against the script, and now when you go against the script, now you in uncharted territory. there might be a price to pay for that. To go, okay, you went against the script. We're going to need 2 bodies. We're going to need somebody, and have your man run into half a tractor trailer or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's eerie stuff.
It is.
Very eerie.
And apparently he's going to retire.
Yep, that was his 33rd and last fight. Makes sense.
Yep.
Yep. Interesting.
Yo, I know the college football game is happening right now, but apparently 4,000 players have entered the transfer portal in college football. 4,000.
It's only 150 spots, am I correct? Or 1,500 or something?
Like 1,500 spots, if that, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing, like, there was a player, like, on Miami's team. He was a true freshman who was playing. You're just playing behind Bane, and I forget the other dudes. You're playing behind some animals, right? Y'all are making a championship run, and you hit the transfer portal because you, quote, want an opportunity to play.
Listen.
They gotta make some changes. They
Here's the thing.
Changes, bro.
No, it's in alignment with young people today. Young people have no patience. This social media thing has made everything instant. There used to be pride playing behind some dogs, knowing in practice you giving it to them, and when they move on, and they will, that you come up behind them, and that's what made certain schools remain powerhouses. But now with the portal moving back and forth, if I don't like the way a coach talk to me, I get into the portal. So this is no different than the NFL. Y'all just trading players along. And the top players, of course, get the top choice. Now it's a quarterback from Westinghouse? Washington.
Yep.
He threatened to transfer after he just signed an NIL deal 3 days ago.
Saying, like, he signed a contract saying you cannot enter the portal. Wait, we might be talking about 2 different people. Because I know the Washington quarterback, he absolutely signed a contract, and Washington is trying to enforce him to play. And they're saying, you don't want a quarterback on your team that doesn't want to be there. Like, he says he doesn't want to be there. So I don't think you want to enforce that. But at the same time, there does need to be lessons to these young kids that you sign a contract, you honor it, or there are going to be some consequences.
Some kind of consequences. I know these contracts are crazy. And here's the thing, and what young people don't realize. In the moment, that looks great. When the whole infrastructure of college football collapses and now you have nowhere to go after school, then you're going to be like, oh, damn, we should have took care of the system a little bit better, or appreciated the system a little bit better. Now, with that being said, there are exceptions to every rule, right? My nephew had to transfer out of a situation. As a result, what did he do? Became the damn national player of the year, basically, in the East Coast, right? So there are exceptions to those rules. Just want to throw that out there.
Do that. Oh, so we gotta talk about ICE, bro. They are wilding right now.
Oh yeah. We gotta talk about Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll start with the ICE story. A white woman murdered in cold blood, or what it appears to be, because I tell you all the time, real people die in a fake movie. The fact that Minnesota or Minneapolis, that whole region, is under attack with the Somalian stuff that Trump and them have uncovered. This seems to be, now let's switch the attention back to Trump and ICE. Right? Because they just uncovered, they was getting millions, waltz upon millions for nothing at all. Right? That's a problem. So what do? We need to have something take place over here so you don't look over here. Not now. With that being said, I'm not saying what you think you saw, you didn't see. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying move with caution, because there are layers to this story. Isn't this where George Floyd died?
Minnesota. Yeah, yeah,
In Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Minnesota. Yeah.
So what the hell is going on in Minnesota that all of this drama, is this a hub for some shit?
And isn't Waltz the one who was supposed to be Kamala
Vice president.
Harris's vice president? He's the governor.
He was going to run with,
Yeah,
what's her face?
Kamala Harris.
Harris. Yes. And so he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so all I'm asking is that we look at everything going on there in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's where George Floyd, a psyop, took place to get you out of the house and redirect your energy away from the people who told you to stay in the house. Don't at me. Okay?
Yep.
And now this might be the beginning of lockdown 2.0 in the same location, because for every action there's a reaction. You heard the mayor telling ICE to get the fuck out of my city. Interesting, has nothing to do with it. Trayvon, who's the basketball player from
Trae
Atlanta?
Young.
Huh?
Trae Young.
Trae Young, ICE, as he calls himself, was traded on the same day or the next day to Washington. Has nothing to do with nothing. But, you know, every now and then, my shoulder will jump and be like, everything is everything. Something could be connected. Anywho, let's keep an eye on that.
All right.
Right?
All right. Let's take some questions now, man.
And then let's get up out of here. That's
Yeah.
at least close to 2 hours of action.
Yeah, almost. And the Canes are losing. Damn it.
God damn it, Malcolm.
Damn it. Because I'm not watching right now. That's the problem. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
I'm superstitious like that too. 21 seconds left. Yeah, unless they got, they have the ball.
Ain't no 21 seconds left, is it?
I think I'm
6 minutes and 21 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I don't have my glasses on.
What the hell are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
All right, let's take some questions. Somebody said, oh, that was Philando Castile was killed too. God damn, I remember that one.
Castillo, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing is getting crazy. What y'all think about the lady who was shot? Yeah, we talked about that. And it's a tragedy. I'm just saying a lot of the stuff going on there.
Oh, Stephon Diggs. Yo, listen, I've on TikTok, there was this girl who was talking about him. She went to high school with Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
And she was just talking about the sheer nonsense he used to get away with because he was good at football. She said, he used to steal things. Everybody, the teachers, principal knew he was stealing. He got caught in the bathroom with a student, and then, the teacher tried to close the door to keep him in so they can catch him. He went up through the ceilings, through the ceiling, and he wound up getting out, but they knew he was in there, and he wound up out. You know, people were saying, he got away with everything his entire life, right?
Yeah.
Because he was good at this sport. So now they were talking about none of the trouble he's in surprises them because of he just been doing it his entire life.
When you've been getting away with it your whole life,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Zion apparently got another porn star pregnant.
I'm not surprised. He looks like he has very low self-esteem.
What's wrong with that dude, man?
He looks like it. He looks like the way he eat is an emotional thing of some love he wasn't getting when he was growing up as a kid. And I'm not a doctor. I play one on TV. And Diggs, when you strangle somebody, that is an act of passion. He strangled the chef. That means him, you know.
Like in a headlock to not leave bruises on her. Something
Yeah. No good.
Yeah.
No good. He living out his 20 years, though, the way he want to live out his 20.
Yeah.
his ass is going to Yale.
Yeah, people know, man. It's that 20. Like everybody got their.
Everybody got that 20.
years.
Live it out.
Yeah. All right.
Us regular folk got 60, 70 years. It's a slow grind, but we just chugging along.
Yeah.
Have the same wife for 40 years.
Yeah.
Hey, mama. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
Ain't
how
shit.
washed
Yeah.
I am. I'm gonna tell you how washed I am. So one of my coworkers quit this week, right? She's like 23, and we talking like, what you doing? She has no plans. Nothing.
Yeah.
She just is
23.
Like, yeah,
if she ain't got no kids, she probably live home
no
with her
plans.
mom. Go home and chill.
Yeah,
Yep.
she just like, I just don't want to do this anymore. And I got real house nigga. Like I was like, but we got benefits here. Like we
just got benefits.
We got benefits.
Masters gives us benefits. Right. Because you see people doing shit that you can't do no more.
Bro,
you got bills to pay.
That was me at 22 when I left the deal. That was me.
I know.
Like, I got it.
Yeah.
Like when she said, I was like, yo, listen, I get it.
Yep.
It. But now, shit, you know what I'm saying? I got
Absolutely.
Pay, baby.
Even when Odyssey shows up at her job, they go, why are you here? She pulling up on her Benz, her hair and nails always done. They like, and she's like, well, I just want to do my part, you know.
Yeah.
So these young people, you know.
Somebody said turned into Malcolm No X. Facts. I was
Malcolm
just like,
No X. I like that.
You can get promoted in 5 years
if you work hard. You know.
Oh man. All right, man. With that being said, guys.
50 versus Papoose.
50 versus Papoose.
What's your thoughts?
50 versus Papoose.
Papoose threw some shots at 50 because he taking too long to answer Fabulous.
Fab got in his ass.
They like, so Papoose is like, nah, son, where the bars at? He hit you with bars. 50 is an executive, and he probably got a whole bunch of movies and shit coming out.
Yeah.
50 don't look like he forget anything.
Yeah,
so when he do attack, he'll attack. Yeah.
Squatters' rights, yeah, that's what he called it. What was I gonna say?
I don't know who phase 1 is.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I'll look it up. I'm sorry.
Oh, is it the brother? It's a conscious brother who I see on. Yes, I do know who phase 1 is. I apologize. First of all, he's a magnificent MC. And he be going in on everybody in the conscious community. He don't pull no punches if we're talking about the same person. So as an artist, that's why I tune in. Super dope artists. If we're talking about the same person. Other than that, I don't know who that is.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, guys, thank you for joining us. Kicking off New Year right.
Yes.
Right? Kicking off the New Year right. It's 2026. You
Yes.
heard? All right.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Like,
because we're going to be
share,
here. We're going to do it up.
and subscribe.
All right.
Peace.